And welcome to the second half hour, The Factor Uncensored, as we continue to report on the aftermath of the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. People are getting fired for their social media comments in regards to their negative comments on the incident. Publicist Dave Jordan and Bridget Holden, also publicist, talks about if this is an act of accountability or trolling.
We live in a social media age, and anyone can be doxxed at any time, all right? First and foremost, there is no place in society for violence and for people to make light of violence, especially against a sitting president or a former president. That is out of line. But there are times when people will not think clearly and they will post things online, and some of these things are offensive, and people have now used social media to weaponize what they've done and get them fired, whether it's doxing them, whether it's going to their jobs, whether it's reaching out to the companies. And this is what we've seen before with some of the so-called Karens that act up in public and they've lost their jobs. And now a lot of Trump supporters and a lot of people who are fans of the president are doing the same thing.
And do you think it's fair? Your thoughts about it? Because the left has done it.
Right. Turnabout is fair play. I mean, if you are going to if you are going to go on social media and you are going to say vile, horrible things about an act that happened, then you should expect the consequences of that act. We have freedom of speech. We don't have freedom of consequences. You know, there are consequences to what you say. Just because you have freedom of speech doesn't mean you can yell fire in a crowded movie theater. So if you say something that is offensive, that can incite someone to carry this out, maybe not against the president, but against a mayor, against a council person, you know, this is a dangerous rhetoric. And I absolutely think it's fair. If somebody had said something racist or bigoted and their jobs are contacted and they are doxxed, then it's turnabout is fair play. If someone on the left says it against someone who is in office who does not align with their political philosophy, they should expect to suffer the same fate.
All right, Bridget, let's hear from you. Your thoughts on what Trump supporters and those who are fans of the president, former president, are doing.
Well, I agree I agree with David because it's unfortunate because, yes, we do have freedom of speech and you can say what you want to say per se. However, when it gets to a point to where you are overzealous, if you will, with it, and you are, you know, pointing towards people to lose their jobs, or if you say something that's disparaging to someone. So it's a fine line with the freedom of speech. You can say what you want to say, but at the same time, doing it so people lose their jobs, it's not fair because you're looking at their livelihood and you shouldn't do things like that to people. You know,
and
just
Bridget, how do you think so many people forget that they're in a vulnerable state and they believe they can say anything online and pay no cost for it? There will be no repercussions at all in their minds.
But that's just it, because I'm saying it online, so I feel I'm protected. So therefore, I'm going to say what I want to say because I'm online. Now, if I was in someone's face, you wouldn't say that if you were in someone's face because the consequences, someone could knock you out or, you know, it would be a fight. But people feel too comfortable because they're online and they're behind a screen or a, you know, saver name or something like that. So I'm going to type it out, say what I want to say, and then I'm not worried about the consequences because I have freedom of speech. It's my social media channel. I can say what I want to say and no one can do anything about it. So that's why people feel uncomfortable. I mean, feel comfortable doing it.
So right when the assassination attempt happened, I happened to be scrolling Facebook, and Dave, I came across your post on Facebook, and I actually said, wow, that's a good idea to send that message. And what I'm talking about is you posted on Black Men in TV, that's Black men who may be on TV anywhere around the country. Don't be tempted to make a comment about this situation, or you could lose your job or your career. And we see exactly that happening to other people right now. What gave you the foresight to put that message out? Because you probably kept a lot of people safe and in their jobs.
Well, I worked as an investigative reporter for many years. And one of the things that I've learned at some of these investigative workshops is the social media trail that we leave behind that people seem to think no one else can find. just because your account is private, just because your account is locked. Everyone is one screenshot away from losing their livelihood. So if you want to make light of things, for example, Isaiah, we were reporters for many years, right? And people would make light, or what they call gallows humor, about something, whether they're serious or whether they're not, and they'll make a joke about it. That joke now has potency and power to lose your livelihood. If someone screenshots it, if someone sends it to your boss, your company, your network, or whomever you're affiliated with, you can lose your livelihood. So I posted that to tell people these are the consequences of your actions if this is what you choose to do. And fortunately, I didn't see a lot of that happening.
And did you get any responses from other journalists out there saying that was a smart move to help out the younger journalists out there that may think I have freedom of speech and I can write and say anything as long as I don't do it on the air or show bias on the air?
I had phone calls and text messages from many people thanking me for posting that message, especially in the group. And if you go and you look at the thread underneath it, there were a lot of thumbs up emojis and a lot of, support from people saying the same thing, because we've all seen it. We've all seen it. And even in less serious situations where someone would post something that's, funny or, locker room talk, as it were, someone can take offense to that, and they can say, look what someone posted, this is who you want representing your company, your station, your network, whomever. So it definitely went a long way, and it was appreciated, especially by the younger group of journalists.
All right, Dave and Bridget, thank you both for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored tonight.
You bet.